Public warning. This podcast contains explicit content due to the nature of the horror films we are commentarying on, being used for educational purposes, and maybe for entertainment and stuff and things. I'm Chad, and this is Horror Commentary with Jonas and Keith.
At this point, so you can start saying some things.
Hey everybody.
No, don't say those things.
Oh, okay.
Way too much.
Whoa, I have way too much. Welcome to Horror Commentary, everybody.
What do you mean horror commentary?
Well, this is Horror Commentary, but by Horror Commentary, I mean Horror Commentary. This is the pre-show. Pre-show, Horror Commentary. Pre-show.
Like,
I'm Jonas.
I don't want to say I'm Keith.
You have to, though.
It's almost like you're like trying to eat the mic.
I sometimes like to get really close to the microphone.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, my name is Keith Hamilton Smith. I would say welcome to Horror Commentary, but at this point, I'll probably say welcome to Jonas Lucas's mouth. Which, I wish that was the first time I said that.
Oh.
Buddy, are you excited for the movie this week?
I was excited, and then I got this glass of water that you gave me, and I took a sip, and I thought, I don't think that there's anything better in this world than this sip of water.
It's the coldest of water. Absolutely.
But actually, I am. And we're going to leave a surprise to the end of this episode of pre-show to let you know what it is.
You had to have the air.
But hey, so we talked in the last pre-show.
So I can't tell them what movie it is?
We're going to tell them, but it's just at the end.
So they have to listen.
You know, I'm trying to figure when we release the pre-show, because I feel like Tuesday is way too far in advance.
Would it be better if we released it on Tuesday?
Maybe Tuesday?
We can release it on Tuesday.
Maybe Tuesday.
No, not Tuesday is way too soon.
Tuny Tuesdays, though.
Tuny Tuesday.
I don't know if this should go out the day before or like at the same time. So if you want to bring it...
Well, I feel like I would expect some feedback from some people, but at the end of the day, I would say I'll darn well tell you when we're going to release the darn thing. When we darn well say we're going to release it.
I will defer to your judgment.
Well, as I would like to say, hi, listeners. This is Troy McClure. You may remember me.
Oh, man.
Dude, we need to have a quick little chat here.
Oh, okay. It wasn't me. It was my wife.
It actually was you.
It was my wife made me do it.
I wanted to talk to you very briefly, very shortly, so we can get back to horror, but just about some music. Is that chill?
I do love me some music.
You do love you some music. What I want to say is Jon Hopkins.
I know Jon Hopkins, and I follow all of his ish on Spotify.
And are we going to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10 as what?
1 to 10 as 11. His stuff is beyond...
Right?
It's like, you have to understand, if you don't know who Jon Hopkins is...
Jon Hopkins, everybody.
Keith, do you remember the intro to the Coldplay album? Is it Viva La Vida?
I'm pretty sure it was called Appetite for Destruction, but yes, you're correct.
I'm going to go on a limb and say it wasn't that.
Strawberry Swing?
That Strawberry Swing album.
Ooh, what? Oh, no, I know this one.
Yeah, it is, because they did Prospect March, which had the extended intro and outro.
Hold up. Viva La Vida, right?
That's the one.
Viva La Vida, Coldplay. Come on.
We're pulling it up. Pulling it up. What are you looking for in there?
Well,
Keith?
I'm having trouble because I remember the song.
It's called Life in Technicolor. Yeah. But they had that do. So guess what, Keith? You're not going to believe this, But Jon Hopkins wrote that with Coldplay.
With Berryman, Buckland, Champion, Martin, and Hopkins, Life in Technicolor.
Yep, that's the one.
Life in Technicolor.
Yeah, after a couple of whiskeys.
Today is Life in Technicolor. Yeah. But then, okay, so that was Life in Technicolor. I'm going off of memory off of this one.
Okay.
Was it Cemeteries in London? Cemeteries of London? Something
Cemeteries
like that?
in London.
Cemeteries in London.
Oh, dude. That's a great album.
I actually think that's their best album. X and Y is number 1. That's number 2.
Dude, are we cut from the same cloth, man? X and Y is my favorite album of
Have I seen your cloth?
Well, I try not to wear it too much around you. But
No, you always do, so that's an issue. Bringing it full circle, Jon Hopkins. Before we recorded this podcast, my friend Jonas and I, we listened to a song called Abandoned Window by an artist called...
let me guess.
Can you guess?
Willie Nelson.
Close.
Was it Jon Hopkins?
It's Jon Hopkins. Jon Hopkins off of his album Immunity. And, it is just a soundtrack.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that is so cool.
It's the land of 10,000 lakes, man.
And then there's that.
And then there's that.
No, but I think Jon Hopkins, he's able to... Like, we like movies.
We love movies.
We like horror movies.
We love horror movies.
And we love soundtracks in movies. All right, Jonas does. Keith is a little... not sure.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck that shelf.
Wreck-It Ralph.
And Johnny Hopkins,
My boy.
he creates soundtrack scores, pieces of music, just like, hey, look at that abandoned window. I should write a piece that's only 8 chords that repeat itself with a train track in the background that you wouldn't even know unless you researched it.
So here's what my recommendation would be. If any of you, let's say if you're listening in California and you're on the Pacific Coast Highway and you've got a long drive ahead of you, if you're on the 401 in Ontario, Canada, and you want to have a nice long drive from Ottawa to BF nowhere, all I'm going to say is throw on some of this. It's a great night drive music. So I
don't know, because that would put me straight to sleep.
Well,
if you want to die, it's
wanna
great nighttime music.
if you want to sleep while you're driving, all I'm trying to say...
You know, I actually thought about that. When I have kids someday, I'm going to pick the most, tear-jerking, instrumental Jon Hopkins or Johnny Hopkins or Johnny Depp.
So pretty well the collected discography of Smash Mouth at this point.
Pretty much. All the Nirvana, Showbread.
Hey now, you're a new baby, coming out the womb. Yo, hey.
I'm going to blast that music to make that kid go to sleep. And I'm going to feel very great about myself.
Now, I have limited experience with children, but I will say some. Blasting music to children doesn't necessarily make them sleep, but hey, do you.
It's funny.
Do you.
Today at work, we had we got this massive green screen in, and it came in this giant, thick cardboard tube.
Okay.
And so we were trying to think how we were going to break it down.
Okay.
And so one of the dudes, he tried jumping on it, and he's just like,
Jackhammer.
I can't do it. So he goes over to Spotify, hits play, and it's like the most grunge death metal music, and he just like starts jumping on this thing. Just set in the mood.
As you do.
I was terrified. I'm not used to that kind of music.
Do you remember
Keith.
the name of the song though? Because the death metal, thrash, all of that's up my alley.
Okay.
Do you remember what it was?
No, I can't message him.
I would have more than enough material to do like a black metal podcast here.
Do you know The Chariot?
Of course.
I don't know.
What is it? Everything alive. Everything is alive. Everything is something. Nothing is. Oh my gosh. I gotta remember this album title. Josh Scogan. He's from Norma Jean. Anyone who's listening who knows what's up. The Chariot. They released an EP Everything is alive. I remember the start of that.
Welcome to the pre-show, everybody.
My goodness, you just tickled something because the chariot is like they're like borderline mathcore, and you just killed me.
I don't know anything about this. This music does not tickle my ears. It rattles my soul, as some of the older generation would say.
Everything is alive. Everything is breathing. Nothing is dead, and nothing is bleeding. That is the chariot, and ooh.
Okay, so it could have been either the chariot, Norma Jean, Showbread. Do you know Showbread?
Showbread, absolutely.
I don't know,
Dude. So he's listening to some solid state Christian metal.
Yeah,
essentially.
But I could be wrong because he loves all kinds of metal.
No, I know what he's talking about.
I know.
If he's gonna say chariot, Norma Jean, Showbread, that's essentially that's all I need to know about this guy.
All I know is that the lead singer of this band sustained a note that sounded pretty much like this. For about 30 seconds. Yeah. I looked over at my female coworker, and both of us shared a glance of fear.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. But hey, we got the cardboard tube stomped down real quick.
As you do. But you're right. If I can offer some insight,
you better.
Yeah. So Norma Jean.
Okay.
They were nominated for a Grammy.
I used to follow Norma Jean back in the day because I wanted to get into death metal. People say they can't understand rap music. I can understand rap music. I can't understand this death metal stuff. Like the kill myself. I can't make out a single word they're saying. So I just couldn't enjoy it. I apologize to all my metal fans.
And that's chill because much like a black coffee, bit
racist.
White coffee's chill. Brown coffee. Indian coffee's great too. And as a black man. No, I will say I have heard that several times. The portion of black or any sort of metal is that you can't understand the lyrics. But I've noticed that the individuals who say that only consider the importance of the lyrics because they're guys who, they like the lyrics. Someone like me, I love the instrumentation.
Okay.
Sometimes it's harder for me. Like, I don't care what the guys are saying. He's yelling. Okay, he's angry. Yikes. Ooh, why are you yelling at me? I'm out. But this dude who's playing the guitar with his wrist going back and forth like he's got, like, an interview at the steak shop.
Michael J. Fox.
Oop. Okay.
All right, let's edit that one
So,
out.
back to the horror movie commentary. So would you like to talk about what we're doing tonight?
Can I tell you something, actually? Michael J. Fox went out on stage with Coldplay, and I forget what song they did. Michael J. Fox...
Technicolor.
Everyone, you just experienced a glitch. No, he played the lead. I forget what song. It was a super old rock and roll song. Michael J. Fox did the lead guitar solo on it and destroyed it. He smashed it. It was amazing.
Oh, he actually sang.
No, he played the lead guitar on it.
Oh, he played guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bless
Marty
the young
Marty
man.
McFly
Marty
style.
McFly. Stuart Little.
Stuart Flippin.
Little Stuart.
The littlest Stuart.
What were we talking about? Oh,
Michael J. Fox.
I did want to say that. I know we talked about music for so long. Sorry, everybody. Keith and I are both musicians. Keith more of a musician than me.
No.
But I just want to say, the reason why I love Jon Hopkins so much is
bring it full circle.
It's the emotion in the music. It literally makes you feel one with the universe. It's just this crazy spiritual experience. But it's interesting because I love it so much because it has no lyrics. I'm not a lyric person. I listen to music in other languages and I'm like, oh, dude, you gotta hear this song. And apparently it's like about prostitutes or something. But I don't care because I listen to the music. But it's weird that with death metal, Because I can't understand the lyrics. I don't know why I get so hung up on that. Thanks for pointing that out to me, Keith. I'm going to listen to some death metal tonight.
Well, if I could, before we move on to the horror piece, let me just plug my last music thing.
Yeah.
I want to support a local artist, as you do.
Sure.
Because growing up, I was always taught you got to support and root for the home team.
A go home team go.
A.K.A. Toronto Blue Jays.
Cheer. Root for
AKA
the Blue
Toronto Raptors.
Jays.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Toronto Raptors, Toronto Blue Jays, Marlies. I'm just saying. You
What
go
about
on.
the Leafs.
TFC. No.
No.
I said you root for a home team, not
What
a home
about the
hack,
Argonauts? Or Toronto Rock?
the Arbobots.
The Arbobots and the Toronto Rock?
Chalk.
What are they? The Toronto Chalk.
Toronto Chalk.
The lacrosse team?
You were close.
Just chucking chalk.
Just chuck and chalk, spice.
Just chucking, stacking chalks, boys.
Stack and laugh, stack and chalk. No, I got to give a quick little shout out here. A gentleman by the name of Aaron Marshall is a guitar player, and he fronts a band called Intervals. Intervals is based out of Toronto, Ontario, and they've been touring around. I believe he's in touring in Australia right now. He's got a new album called The Shape of Color that was released, if not this year, last year, although I believe it was this year.
Check it out on Spotify.
I don't know if it's on Spotify, though.
Okay.
All I can say is
indie.
purchase his album. Support local musicians is all I'm trying to say.
And if you don't live in Keith's in my area, support our local musicians. Thank you.
Exactly. And
Thank
if
you.
you're not going to support him, I'll take the money. I'm totally give me $20 and say, can you buy me an album? I'll say yes.
I'll say yes. And listen to it for you.
Well, I'm buying an album. I'll buy an album. I'm definitely not going to Sobeys for groceries.
Ooh, I'm kind of the same way.
Speaking of Sobeys, though.
Oh, Keith, don't get me started about Sobeys.
With regards to horror movies.
Oh, yeah, here we go. So we're bringing the pre-show to a close. This is a super weird pre-show.
But I'm super stoked on it.
You know what? Sometimes when you're passionate about something, you just gotta talk about people. You just gotta talk. So, Blair Witch is not happening this week. Sorry, everyone, but it will happen in the near future.
Who are you apologizing to?
My wife who listens. It's good to apologize to wives.
Can I do a quick little shout out?
Sure.
Hey, shout out to Eric. You all right?
And then there's that.
Or was it Erica?
There's an A on the end.
Oh. Hey, shout out to Erica. Shout out to Erica. Dude, I'm so sorry.
You know, she gets it a lot. No, she doesn't.
All these years, I thought you were telling me her name was Irk.
Okay, Keith, in response to that, no, you are completely wrong. Okay.
Okay.
So Blair Witch will be coming up at some point because I think it is one of the best horror movies ever. I haven't seen it, but I would imagine it is. Along those lines, the movie we are going to be commentarying on is starring Jessica Chastain and Jamie Lannister.
Oh, she's in it too, eh?
No.
Is that a he?
That's a he. I don't know. That's his name in Game of Thrones.
No, it's Nikolai.
Could be. I don't really know what his real name is.
I tried checking it. Did your phone just go off?
Yeah, I have to have the music on for the... Or the sound on.
No, that's chill. Yeah, no, I can... Jessica Chastain, I believe his name is Nikolai. He's from Game of Thrones. I would say his last name is something Costa or Walla. I don't know his last name, but he seems pretty
That's
chill.
like halfway through drowning. Nicola...
Well, I can't... He's Polish, or... What is he?
I don't think he's Polish.
No, he's Danish. Close enough.
Oh.
Denmark and Poland, aren't they close?
Wow, I thought he... Yeah, well...
Wow, this is the last time Polish people are listening to our podcast.
This is the last pre-show we're doing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be watching 2013's Mama. Neither Keith or I have seen it, but we're going to watch it. We are going to cry. We're going to cuddle each other because we are scared. Keith, did we order food for this movie?
We're about to. But
We're
we
about
sure
to.
I can't.
I did.
you want-
But I didn't want to cut you off.
I mean, we could. Yeah, we can cuddle.
Aw.
That's when you decide.
And we're gonna be watching the movie Mama.
So, just as a little background for the movie, for people who aren't necessarily familiar with it,
I'm not familiar.
Mama is a horror movie. It's directed by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Produced by Robert Downey Jr.
No, directed by. It was produced by Queen Latifah.
Sound was done by Robert De Niro.
Sound was done by Beethoven, although he could only hear in one ear.
Ooh.
Our starring stars were, of course, the garbage man from the dump, aka Todd.
The garbage man.
You know Todd.
Oh, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Todd's chill. So Todd's the main character.
Chad.
Secondary starting is Channing Tatum,
Ooh, that is not a very good name.
aka a Magic Spike.
Oops.
And then supporting characters are provided by,
What does
gosh,
it
it's
say
hard
there?
to say however many little people were playing the Oompa Loompas in Charlie and the Chocolate Smacktory.
Shout out to Johnny Depp.
Shout out to the Smacktory.
I want to give a huge shout out to Deep Roy for the newest version of the Oompa Loompas in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, he goes deep.
He also plays...
Who has a child and as soon as they cradle them in their arms says,
this
what's
one's
your child's
deep.
name? This one's deep. Excuse me?
He also plays the tiny Scott, the oyster, Scotty's oyster in Star Trek.
Yes, he does. In both.
And all three, actually.
Oh, that's right. Oh, sorry, all three.
Did you not see the third one yet?
You have like a bean and you're done.
I was like,
You have
I
like
forgot
a
about that
bean
line.
and you're done. I have seen the third one.
do they have sandwiches in the future? Anyway, okay. So,
She's lost people too there, Cotton.
oh, that's from the, yeah, you just
That was
ripped a
from
little
Star
piece of
Trek
my-
B. That was from the Newfoundland version of Star Trek Beyond, aka Star Trek Beyond there. Do you, though? We're going to see a movie. It's called Mama. I'm looking
Ladies and
forward to seeing
gentlemen,
it.
thank you so much for listening to the pre-show. I want you to go ahead and sit back. Get yourself a nice big juicy bag of popcorn. Get yourself some nice warm butter. No, Keith.
No, I'm good. I'm
Get
good.
yourself some butter and go ahead and spread it all over that popcorn. We'll see you in the next episode.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
the butter's supposed to be spread over the popcorn, right?
If you're into that kind of stuff.
Hey, real talk, before we close this off, can you just send me like a towel or something?
Hey, bros. All right, everyone. See you in the next episode where we're watching Mama. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Horror Commentary. Follow us on Twitter at JK Horror Podcast, on Facebook at facebook.com/horrorcommentary, or email us at horrorcommentarypodcast@gmail.com. Also jump over to iTunes and give us a big 5 stars. I'm Chad. See you next time. Bye-bye.